within the Act, and the ministry will then use its policy directives to manage this value chain. I don't think it is harmful. I beg to submit.
Madam Chair, I want to state that we produce Ergon Pride and it should be consumed. The committee is, what I brought up this is that now we want the ministry to be the advertising agent for people who are producing coffee locally. So I want to agree with the Attorney General that section 42, we only amend the word authority. The rest should remain.
Thank you.
Right Honourable Chair, I concede.
So for the record, we are proposing that the clause 42 should now be amended in clause 42.1 to replace the word authority with the ministry, and in 42.2 to amend to replace the word authority with ministry. I beg to submit.
I put a question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by clause 41 be amended as proposed by the Attorney General, and 41. It is clause 42 of the apparent act, but clause 41 of the bill. I put a question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by the 41 be amended as proposed by the by Attorney General. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 41 as amended.
I put a question that clause 41 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 42.
Clause 42. I put a question that clause 42 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 43.
I put a question that clause 43 stands part of the bill.
Clause 43 is talking about amending section 44. Levy on coffee export. Madam Chair, there is no way a minister can levy. You understand? Yeah, because here you see there are some way you are substituting that they are fitting in, but here you cannot say the minister shall levy a charge. No. I think here they could, to be safe, the ministry shall levy a charge, not the minister.
Minister.
You see, because the ministry has a PS.
Minister.
Right, Honourable Chair and Honourable colleagues. Many of these levies and things that have the ability to create a tax are normally signed off by the minister because it's an executive function.
Yes.
So if you say the ministry, then that means anyone in the ministry could do that. Secondly, it is normally done by statutory instrument, and you'll find a great difficulty having a PS or a commissioner signing a statutory instrument. I beg to propose, honourable colleagues, that we do leave it with the minister to propose and handle that. Thank you.
Thank you. I put a question that clause 44 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye to the contrary. The ayes have it. I put a question that clause 43 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 44. Clause 45.
I put a question that clause 45 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 46.
I put a question that clause 46 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 47.
I put a question that clause 47 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 48.
I put a question that clause 48 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 49.
I put a question that clause 49 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 50.
I put a question that clause 50 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 51.
I put a question that clause 51 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 52.
I put a question that clause 52 stands part of the bill.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I am on 52. We're trying to amend. No, we're talking of section 53 of the law. Madam Chair, I wanted to bring the notice to my colleague from Zombo that under section 53(2)H, it says adulterated coffee, that one, or is in possession of adulterated coffee, that one, including mixing coffee of different types, or mixing coffee with non-coffee materials, or what are types. So, Madam Chair, I wanted to put an also colleague that if there are people in Zombo who are mixing coffee from other areas, they are committing a crime. You better report them immediately to the police.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, I put a question that stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 53.
I put a question that clause 53 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 54.
I put a question that clause 54 stands part of the bill. Buvuma.
54 is talking about regulations.
Sir. Right Honorable Chair, clause 54, I propose to amend section 56 of the Principal Act, subsection 1, by inserting the following. After the word minister, the following. The minister shall, with approval of Parliament, make resolutions, blah, blah, justifications to ensure okay, right Honorable Chair, after the word minister, shall with approval of Parliament make regulations, justification to ensure that Parliament examines and approves any regulations made under this Act.
Madam Speaker, Parliament makes laws, and you task the executive to implement them and report to Parliament on the implementation progress. Requiring the regulations, I can be required to lay them on table. That's in order, and that practice is well known. So I do not support the amendment, Madam Chair and colleagues.
Honorable Minister, the member is saying the minister lays regulations to Parliament. You see, when you lay on to Parliament, who will send to a committee? The committee will bring it to Parliament, and it is the same thing. It doesn't differ much.
Chair, I am not disagreeing with your guidance, but the framing of the section.
Laying on table.
Laying on table is okay, but with approval,
and
it's a conditional precedent.
It is laying on table.
No. Madam Chair, regulations is a law. Please, Honorable Minister Frank, my former student. Madam Chair, the minister will make regulations to regulate the sector. But these regulations need, listen to me, We have made so many laws whereby there are those which can be just laid, there are those which should be approved. And I want to state that having given the minister all the powers from the beginning up to the end, you make a mistake to allow him make regulations and he implements, you are in danger. This is a very leading sector. It is a coffee sector. It has a lot of revenues. He can even change many things. So, Madam Chair, I want to agree with my colleague from Uvuvuma that the minister may, with approval, I'm saying may, with approval of Parliament,
Honorable Nandala, the minister shall lay regulations before Parliament for better carrying into effect the provisions of this Act.
We can improve. The reason why I'm saying the minister may, it is right.
Shall.
Give me your ears for 1 minute. He may decide not to make the what? The regulation.
Why? We are saying he must.
So you're saying he must?
Yes.
So you're saying the minister shall make regulations with approval of Parliament.
Honorable Nathan, Honorable Katundu, yes?
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Ordinarily, we make the Principal Act, and under that Act, the minister is given powers to make regulations or rules for purposes of implementing the Act. The reason why we require sometimes to have those rules or regulations laid on table is for us to be certain that he has not exceeded his powers. However, if you say approval, then we go back into the process as Parliament into looking into those regulations. Actually, it's like we are now enacting another law. In any case, once you say approval, it means the House sends them to the committee, then they are brought back, and then we debate them all over again, like we are debating an act of Parliament. I would suggest, and really, because this is a honest debate between the Honorable Nandala Mafabi and us, very, very honest, and I appreciate my colleague's contribution. And the reasons are not very difficult to find. Honorable Nandala Mafabi is a coffee group, if I may call him so. So, let the minister make the regulations, lay them on table, and once he lays them on the table, then we have an opportunity to look into them. If we think he has exceeded his powers, then we will take him at that point. Otherwise, we can't provide everything to be debated as if we are going to go through another process of enacting a substantive law. Madam Chairperson, I'd like to caution the minister and indeed the entire cabinet. If you have been given powers to make rules, don't go beyond the powers you have been given. Make sure you only enact rules to implement for purposes of implementing the Parent Act. We have not given you powers to legislate substantively.
So, can we have the amendment?
Having listened to the debate, Right Honourable Chair, I propose that the proposal by the Honourable Member from Buvuma be amended to read that the Minister shall make regulations and lay the same before Parliament. Beg to submit.
The Minister shall make regulations and lay before Parliament.
I concede, Madam Speaker.
To who?
We are the same.
Shall.
The Minister shall make regulations and lay the same before Parliament.
Thank you. Minister?
I concede to this amendment.
Thank you. On the same,
Yeah, Madam Chair, in most cases, regulations are good for implementation. But experience has shown that some ministers, when we tell them to make regulations and lay them on table, they sleep completely. Can we tag a period, within which period? Because this is a very important sector. Can we say within 6 months? Yes. Information. And I propose that within 6 months, they raise the regulations.
Yes, Right Honorable Chair. Actually, the member has an interesting proposal, but I just wanted to correct something that, just for information, honorable ministers hardly sleep. So they never sleep on the job, because we even find it difficult sleeping at home. But I agree, right honorable members, while we are doing this, we just need to be mindful of one thing. Regulations are always evolving. So please, let us not take it to mean that after we have presented regulations in 6 months, there can never be any other regulations that come. So regulations, so you are saying the first set of regulations. I have no objection to that, Right Honourable Speaker.
Madam Chair.
honorable members, our issue on
yes, Madam Chair. First of all, I agree the regulation can be made anytime. I think what my brother Bakabulinde, that one, what he was raising is we need to differentiate the two cases. When he has made a regulation, before implementation, it should be laid in the what? In the House. There are two things. Before implementation, it should be laid in what? In the House. It is up to him. If he has made a regulation and decides to sit on it, he cannot implement it until he has laid it in the what? In the House. So the regulation becomes effective when it has been laid in the House and agreed on. So why I wanted to make some, maybe for the first one, yes, we can say for this one, which is the first one, within 6 months. Anytime you make another regulation, unless it is laid, you cannot what? Use it.
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, once the law requires you to do some act, such as laying them before Parliament, until you have completed those processes, they'll have no legal effect. So definitely, they will not have any effect until they are laid before Parliament.
Thank you. I put a question that clause 54 be amended as proposed by the Attorney General. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 54 as amended.
I put a question that clause 54 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 55.
Clause 55, I put a question that clause 55 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 56.
I put a question that clause 56 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 57.
I put a question that clause 57 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 58.
I put a question that clause 58.
58. Madam Chair, 58 is talking about savings and the compensation. Because we need the House to understand.
Honorable Minister.
The liabilities, we have employees, we are doing what? What are you committing? Because here it is saying transfer savings to the ministry. Now, what about the employees? Those are the liabilities I'm looking at. The other one may be the one paying coffee nursery, whatever, but the employees. What are you putting in the law about employees?
Section 58, clause 58 provides for the saving provision, and 58.4 provides that the staff of UCDA, Coffee Development Authority, may be redeployed to serve in the public service, subject to the availability of positions. Yes. Colleagues, yes, it may, because one, you must remember that the purpose of rationalization was to reduce. So there are some people in UCDA who are definitely not going to be redeployed. So where the positions exist, they will be redeployed. But there are some who are definitely not going to be redeployed. But that has been provided for. Thank you.
Madam Chair. We grow. We don't underestimate. We grow a lot of it. Madam Chair.
58. Close 58.
Clause 58.
Nandal had made a proposal on staff, and that AG had responded and said it's catered for already. So
Yes, Yona.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
On which clause?
58.
staff are already catered for.
Madam Chair, whereas I agree with the change, where we are saying the board members and staff of the Coffee Development Authority shall be paid terminal benefits in accordance with terms and conditions of their services. Madam Chair, we have been here. We watched UPK being merged to Chambogo University. We know where the staff are as of today.
Honorable members, I put a question that clause 58 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Title.
Honorable, before title, Honorable Kefa, Dr. Kefa.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, for giving me opportunity to move this amendment.
Honorable Minister, listen to this amendment.
The amendment I'm moving is that we insert a new clause immediately after clause 12 to say that the minister shall report to Parliament on the performance of the functions under Section 5 at least once every financial year. And the objective of this, Madam Chair, is that there is fear in the community at the moment. And this is what we are trying to address. There is fear in the community that the promotion of coffee, the development of the coffee sector will go down. And this is helping us to put the minister to create some accountability, to help the minister, to ensure that the minister regularly reports to Parliament on the performance of the sector. And we are assuming that with the investment in the sector, with the investment of the sector, it's likely to perform much better. And that's what actually we are likely to see, which will be reassuring to the community. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Chair. I want to make a clarification that actually we appear before sessional committee every year when we present policy statement, and will be covered.
Honorable members, when you look at the Public Finance Management Act, Section 13, it requires every entity, every ministry to report on the financials and physical performance of an entity whenever they are presenting the ministerial statement, the budget framework paper, and as members of parliament, you should take responsibility in ensuring that you do your oversight role well. Yes, Minister of Finance, State.
Madam Chair, thank you very much. In addition to the Public Finance Management Act provisions, also Ministry of Agriculture as a vote is audited annually. And the report of the Auditor General captures both financial, physical, and qualitative performance. Therefore, there are all ways through which there are ways provided for already through which, if we want to check performance of the sector, we have all ways. We don't have to necessarily insert a clause in the law. Therefore, I want to invite my friend Dr. Kefa to concede, to withdraw his insertion.
Thank you. Honorable Guang.
Madam Chair, I also want to try to plead with my colleague, Honorable Kefa, to withdraw his amendment with the following. We are all aware, honorable colleagues, that first, you can even write a question for the Prime Minister to answer. And we have an able-bodied Prime Minister who has been answering questions here every Friday regarding any sector. Every Thursday. So for that matter, why would you want to wait for a financial year and make a law which gives a mandate for a full year for you to come here? Why don't you ask as when you want it? I thank every week. I thank
Madam Chair.
Honorable members.
Madam Chair.
Title.
Madam Chair, we've supported the bill and we've agreed with everything. We request that for political reasons, because of the pressure we are facing, that this is allowed, at least because of the pressure that we're having on it.
We cannot make a law depending on pressure.
Honorable members.
Title.
I put a question that the title stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Motion for resumption of the House.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Chair and honorable colleagues, I beg to move that the House do resume and the Committee of the whole House reports thereto.
I put a question that the House resumes and the Committee of the whole House resumes reports thereto. Those in favor say on the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Right Honorable, allow me to thank this House on behalf
we have not finished. Honorable members, don't go. We still have UNRWA and REA and Road Fund.
Report of the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Madam Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the bill entitled the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024 and passed with amendments.
Thank you.
Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the report from the Committee of the Whole House be adopted.
I put a question that the report of the Committee of the Whole House be adopted by this House. Those in favor say and the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Bill's third reading, the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024.
Honorable members, physically we have 305 members. And maybe to respond on the issue of conflict of interest, honorable members, at the commencement of today's sitting, the leader of opposition rose, citing under Rule 94 on the conflict of interest. He thought to indict the presiding officer for allegedly having a conflict of interest in relation to Coffee Amendment Bill. That is on today's paper. He also referred a statement that I apparently made upon which he imputed discrimination. From the onset, I wish to state I was quoted out of context. In any event, this house is a house of record. And being the custodian of the rules of procedure, and being the house of record, and if anybody thinks that I mentioned what the leader of opposition mentioned, I want to urge that member to bring a documentary evidence and lay on table. And once it is laid on table, and it is true that I said what he said, then I will be able to apologize to this country and to the persons who are affected. But before that is done, because it is not true, I will not do it. Honorable members, in event of Rule 994 of the Rules of Procedure, clearly speaks on the conflict of interest. It requires a member who has a conflict of interest to declare it, and once this is done, such a member is precluded from discussing or voting on the issue before the House. We must note that Rule 94 refers to a member and not the Speaker or the presiding officer. By whatever name called, a member is defined under Rule 2 of the Rules of Procedure as a member of Parliament. A Speaker, on the other hand, is independently defined as a Speaker of Parliament and includes the Deputy Speaker. It is imperative to note that by command of Rule 77, the Speaker shall not be part of the debate, but may give guidance to the House on the matter before the House. Similarly, Rule 93.4 of the Rules of Procedure the person of the presiding officer, in Parliament or in committee shall have neither an original nor a casting vote. And if upon any question before the House, the votes are equally divided, the motion shall be lost. The Speaker or presiding officer shall not vote. As such, the rule is inapplicable to the Speaker because as part of Rule 77.1 and Rule 93.4, the Speaker is neither participates in the debate before the House, nor does she vote in any issue before the House. That is why under 94.4, the decision on whether a member fails to declare a conflict of interest is a sole preserve of the Speaker. In the circumstance, therefore, the cited rule, therefore, is inapplicable, which was cited by the Leader of Opposition, to the circumstance as to presented by the Leader of Opposition. I am not conflicted. In any way. 2, he cited a wrong rule. 3, I do not vote. 4, a speaker does not become conflicted in any way or the other because she or he does not debate or does not vote. Where a vote ties, that vote is lost. So when we are debating in this House, let's debate with the logic, not politics. And I want to assure members, no amount of intimidation can ever move me away from where I am. I will remain the smiling me. And now that Trump has even won, the sanctions are gone. Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024 be read the third time and do pass.
I put a question that the National Coffee Amendment Bill 2024 be read the third time and do pass. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act titled the National Coffee Amendment Act 2024.
Bill, the title is settled and the bill has been passed. On a special note, I want to thank the chairman BCU, Honorable Nandal Mafavi. I want to thank Honorable Katuntu, Honorable Basalirwa. I want the junior Fox Odoy. I want thank Honorable Batua, the whip of DP. Whip of DP is there, and Dokolo is also here. All the DPs, UPCs, and when we say opposition is not one party. FDC is here, NRM is here, UPC is here, DP is here, JAMA is here, Independents are here. Next item.
Madam Speaker, thank you for giving me an opportunity to really move a vote of thanks. I wish to express my gratitude as the sponsor of the bill, to thank you, Madam Speaker, to thank members of Parliament, to thank His Excellency the President, to thank Her Excellency the Vice President and the Right Honourable Prime Minister for the support and for the explanation and for understanding that coffee is indeed our premium beverage for the country. We all love it. We don't only drink it, we grow it, and we shall all continue to stand together to consolidate
Honorable members, please don't go. You remember we stood over a bill. Can you whip your people there? They are going away.
So, Madam Speaker, mine is to register a vote of appreciation to all the members and to pledge that we shall continue as a ministry with your support to ensure that the coffee value chain is developed, to ensure that our exports continue to gain access to the international markets. We shall ensure that our laboratories continue to be fully accredited. With your support, we shall ensure that our research institutes continue to produce the best varieties, and our coffee profile as a country will continue to go up. I thank you.
Thank you.
I want to assure Ugandans and the coffee farmers that despite the emotive debate, the intention behind this is to rationalize and consolidate our efforts for the betterment of the farmers. I thank you.
Item 3 on the order paper.
Linda.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. On behalf of the committee, I would also like to extend my appreciation to this House and to you in particular. You've suffered with us together, but I'm happy that we have reached a positive conclusion, and I do support the ministry and especially the statement of the minister. As a committee, will work together to consolidate the effort to achieve all these agencies that have been rationalized under
Honorable
the ministry
members,
for its
I need you in the House.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable.
I need you in the House for second reading first before you go. First come back for the second reading.
Item 3 on the order paper. Bill second reading, the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill 2024.
A brief one.
Right Honourable Speaker, in justifying the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill 2024, I would just briefly want to draw the attention of the members, and in doing that also lay their fears to rest. Right Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues, I was privileged to be a minister already in 2006 when His Excellency the President invited the members of Parliament to Statistics House to particularly mobilize resources for the road sector.
Can you speak to your motion?
That's the justification, Right Honourable. And what happened then was, Right Honourable Speaker, the money was injected into the road sector about the time the Uganda National Roads Authority was coming into effect. So there has been a misconception in the country that Uganda National Roads Authority is synonymous to good roads. The truth is that the state and the NRM government injected adequate resources for the making of roads as an affirmative intervention about the time when UNRWA was coming into existence. And it has been very difficult to separate because UNRWA came now into effect in 2008 when the first 2 trillion was put into the road sector. And that's how people started seeing roads.
Thank you.
Why we have decided that it has outlived its usefulness, we want to streamline the management of the ministry we want to reduce the administrative work of the
When you come back late from work,
Glovo.
and dance away.
Order Glovo and receive it 10 minutes.
Once and for all. And you remember we agreed here to bring our as ministers, our CSS on the floor of the House. And that is all the Senate needed to have done so that they do not continuously, because even if you call the finance minister, and I will tell them today, because I've been waiting for this, that it is unfair and very wrong, ethically wrong, for a senator to abuse completely and disregard this is a CS of finance and just say, and you can even chase him out. It is very wrong. Yet you know very well the function you have called him, it is not on the revenue, division of revenue bill. It is not on county monies. You have called him on issues you have heard on the newspapers and all over, and now they have to come and substantiate whether it is true or not. It is unfortunate, very wrong. And so for me, one of the things I would wish to tell the Senate today, Mr. Speaker, which today we were with a senator somewhere, and I told them this. We agreed as a country to have a presidential system. I have not seen anywhere in America where the Senate will interfere in any matter of the Congress. None. And I told him it is unfortunate that the Senate can interfere in all matters of the National Assembly, disregarding completely their role. That is why we have a challenge right now with governors. Today, if the Senate was functioning, Mr. Speaker, we would be having a law saying the county secretary should now be recruited from their county services board, so that we know very well you have a substantive county secretary than the way the governors are just removing them every 6 months and acting one comes in. That role they've disregarded, they are on this one. And so, Mr. Speaker, as we speak on this, we need a very clear communication that indeed if the matter you are calling a CS, a PS, has no matter to deal with counties, then the CS has a right to write back a letter and tell them this matter in consensus does not at all affect counties on the matter we are doing. That way, we will have some decorum and stop bashing each other on the media. We go on a sitting, you find we are hitting each other with senators. You wonder. And that is why they are just joking with CDF. Even today, I told the member, you have no business saying CDF is a county function. It is not. And we were about to go into some serious conflict, but I just told him, I want Senate to respect the National Assembly the way we have respected the Senate. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Moses Kirima, then Honorable Tom Kajuang, then,
Thank you.
Then
Thank
Honorable
you.
David
Thank
Ochieng
you,
in that
Mr.
order.
Speaker, sir. Junior or not junior, here we are all members of Parliament, Mr. Speaker, sir. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity to address this issue. This is an issue which, as really, can I be given a chance? This is a very serious matter. MIDI. This is a very serious matter which requires a lot of attention to all of us. Mr. Speaker, sir, before I came to this August House, I used to practice constitutional law as a lawyer in the corridors of courts. And I used to study the Constitution as it was and the standing orders of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, I used to know at that material time that there is a difference between the roles of Parliament and the roles of the Senate. And I knew very well that the Senate was meant to participate, supervise, oversight, and protect county governments and all issues which are relevant to county matters. At the same time, Mr. Speaker, sir, I knew very well that the National Assembly major mandate was to legislate, oversight the national government, and do anything which pertains to the public as it relates to the matters concerning the executive, where it relates to the public matters. Those are the things which I used to know before I came to this house. When I came here, Mr. Speaker, sir, I realized that from the year 2013, when we came up with bicameral house, the executive, in one way or the other, decided to conjure with Senate to an extent that it allowed or it started cohabiting with the Senate in one way or the other to minus or to subtract the strength of this house, the National Assembly, by allowing it to double form the committees, of which committees are not allowed by the Constitution. Because you come and find that the Senate is summoning the Ministry of Education, the minister, and anybody concerned to university matters or higher running institutions matters. At the same time, you come and find that the Senate is going ahead to summon the Minister for Foreign Affairs and the Minister for Defense. One will wonder where the county matters are relating to the defense matters of this country. One will wonder where the county matters are coming together with the university matters. The other day, Mr. Speaker, as we were handling Kenyatta University hospital matters, we found that the Senate was doing the same, and it had nothing to do with the Senate. The other day, when we were handling matters to do with defense, the Mbatuku issues, we came and found that the Senate is also handling the same matters. So these two houses, the Senate and the National Assembly, they end up giving contradictory rulings and opinions. And it's the National Assembly and the Senate, respective houses, which should be coming up with answers which are not contradicting, because the public expects to be protected by these two houses. One at the county level, another one at the national level. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is the high time when the three arms of the government should sit down, not in just the two speakers, and iron out the issues and avoid where we have duplication of work for the two houses. Mr. Speaker, if I am not wrong, I'll say that, as it has been said before, the Senate has very little work to do. It shouldn't be meeting only when it is dealing with counter issues. If you interpret the Constitution whereas it is that the Senate should not even be sitting on daily basis because it has no work to do. It shouldn't be meeting on maybe quarterly basis or 1 year per term. One time per year, so that at least it can come with work from the county government. The Senate has exposed us to the county government. The Senate has failed to play its role to protect the national resources which we allocate to county government, whereby governors have gone all the way.
Honorable Kirima, you have 30 seconds to be done.
I'm bringing that the Senate to do its role to protect the public, the taxpayers' money at the county government, so that at least the money which is being squandered by the governors at least can be protected through the Senate. But now it has abandoned its work and it has decided to interfere with the work of this house. What do we do? Can the three arms of the government meet? That's the executive, the assembly, and then the judiciary, and iron out this matter, because now, as per this house, it's here to protect the constitution. If you remember just 1 week ago, Mr. Speaker, sir, if you can allow me just to...
Be passed with the proposed amendments. Thank you very much. I beg to move, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you so much, honorable members. You've heard, and it is self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Yes, Nathan, I know you want to move a motion that we...
No, Madam Speaker, before I move a motion, since we are on rationalization, everything must be rationalized. It will be very dangerous for us to do others for others, and I don't know. Everything must be what? Rationalized.
Motion.
Motion.
A motion.
That motion that I want us to recommit Uganda. Yes, Madam Speaker.
A motion that we go to the committee stage.
Madam Speaker, I move a motion that we move to the committee stage.
Thank you. Aye. Those in favor? Stand up, I want to see. The whole house is in favor. The ayes have it. I put a question that the National Road Authority Repeal Bill 2024 be read for the second time. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
The Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill 2024, Bills Committee stage.
Please sit. Members, we have 218 members in the House, and then 15 online. So we have the quorum.
Clause 1.
Chair.
Right Honourable Speaker, we propose a new clause. Insert a new clause immediately before clause 1 as follows. Commencement. This act shall commence into force on date appointed by the minister by statutory instrument. And the justification is there. Provide the commencement date of the act.
Minister, Attorney General.
Right Honourable Speaker, Right Honourable Chair, and Honourable colleagues, Acts of Parliament come into force on the date of publication. Normally, for you to have a specific date or another time when you want it to come into force, that justification have been done. We have considered rationalization. Honourable members and honourable colleagues, I propose that you allow that this bill, that provision be dropped, and the bill comes into force from the time of publication.
Thank you. Minister.
Right Honourable Chair, I concur with the Attorney General.
Thank you.
I concede, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you.
Clause 1.
Chair.
Clause 1, Right Honourable Chair, is amended by substituting for the definition of the word road the following. Road means a highway and any other road to which the public have access and includes a bridge over which a road passes or a ferry or a ship. Justification: the Ferries Act was repealed by the Inland Water Act 345, and the Inland Water Act does not define the word ship. The definition of the word road has been adopted
from the Road Act, Cap 346.
I concede, Right Honorable Chair, and I thank the committee for this input. Thank you.
Thank you. I put a question that clause 1 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 1 as amended.
I put a question that clause 1 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
I put a question that clause 2 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3.
Chair.
Right Honorable Chair, Clause 3, purpose of amendment of Act 15 of 2006. Clause 3 is amended by substituting for the phrase Act 15 of 2008, and wherever the phrase appears in the bill, the phrase Cap 214. Wherever the phrase appears in the bill, the phrase Cap 214. The justification to align the citation of the bill with the new citation of the Principal Act as per the revised laws of Uganda done by the Law Reform Commission that took effect on 1st July 2024.
I put a question that clause 3 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say and to a contrary, nay. The ayes have it. It's consequential.
Clause 3 as amended.
I put a question that clause 3 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
I put a question that clause 4 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
I put a question that clause 5 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
Chair.
Right Honorable Chair, Clause 6, savings. Clause 6 is amended by deleting subclause 2 and justification. Legislation should not be used to take away a person's right to claim for compensation where the right exists.
Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, I think the committee is correct because just saying shall not be as a result of this. But if the right exists, then the right would exist. I concede to that.
What about the one who amended?
Minister.
Madam Chair. The one of the Coffee Authority, you left it. Why not this one? And we have passed it. So everything must follow what we have passed. If it becomes illegal, let it be dealt with in the courts of law.
Right Honourable Speaker, I concede I agree with the Attorney General.
Madam Speaker, I disagree with the Attorney General and the committee report. There is the section, the subclause must be part of the main clause. The justification, we have passed it in other laws.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, if we have indeed passed it, which I doubt, because I don't remember seeing it in any other law. If we have passed it, and which like I said,
what you are talking about coffee was a levy.
This one is saying that compensation is not payable to any member of the board of UNRWA for loss of office resulting from the dissolution of UNRWA. But what the committee is saying...
Order, Madam Speaker. On page 13 of the National Coffee Amendment Bill, 3 it reads, compensation is not payable, that is section 58, clause 58. Attorney General, what you ate, you must eat it fully. Compensation is not payable to any member of the board of the Coffee Development Authority for loss of office resulting from the dissolution of the Coffee Development Authority. So, Madam Speaker, is the Attorney General, very bright man, in order to come and say it wasn't there, yet it was there.
No, what I'm saying, Right Honourable Speaker, is that...
same thing.
No, honorable members, if it is in other bills that compensation shall not be paid to the board, then let it be so.
Right, Honorable Speaker, we are saying exactly that. What I am saying to the committee is that if it is not paid, if this provision is not enforceable in law, it will not be enforced.
Yes.
There is no right that has been lost by this existing here.
Yes.
So there is no contradiction. So his proposal is not necessary, it adds no value.
Yes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Chair. Right Honorable Chair, we need to read clause 6 in totality to understand what they are talking about. Clause 6, subclause 1 reads as follows. The board members and staff of Uganda National Roads Authority shall be paid their terminal benefits in accordance with the terms and conditions of their service. That is followed by clause 2, which is supposed to be the contentious one in this case. Compensation is not payable to any member of the board of Uganda National Roads Authority for loss of office resulting from the dissolution of the National Roads Authority. The only thing we are providing for here is we are not creating a right for them to claim from government on account of the dissolution.
Honorable Fox, then there shouldn't have been an amendment.
Yes, Right Honorable.
It would have stood part of the bill.
Yes, Right Honorable. So,
yes, and that is in line with what Honorable
Nandala is saying.
Yes.
So, Right Honorable Chair, I plead with the chair of the committee to withdraw his proposed amendment.
Yes.
I concede.
Thank you, AG.
I agree, Right Honorable Speaker.
Minister.
We are moving in tandem.
I put a question that clause 6 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Title.
I put a question that the title stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Motion for resumption of the House.
Chair,
Honorable Minister.
Madam Chair, one made a mistake.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Wait.
Madam Chair, in the bill there is no title. Which title are we confirming? If we are, yes, we have to be very careful. If the title is stands by the order of the Act, it is talking of National Road Authority. If the truth story here is that the minister should have moved an amendment to the title. You may refuse it, but I'm giving you free advice.
Honorable Nathan, the title is Uganda National Road Authority Repeal Bill. Repeal 2024. That is the title. And it is standing at that. Yes.
Madam Speaker, Madam Chair, I beg to move that the House do resume and the Committee of the whole House reports thereto.
I put a question that the House resumes and the Committee of the whole House resumes reports thereto. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Report of the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Chair, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the bill entitled the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill and passed it without amendments. I beg to move.
Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable Minister. There was one amendment. There was an amendment.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the bill entitled the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill and has passed it with a few amendments. I beg to move.
I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Uganda National Road Authority Repeal Bill 2024. It's very important.
Motion.
And it passed with a bill, with the one amendment.
Madam Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the bill entitled the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill and passed it with Repeal Bill 2024 and passed it with an amendment. I beg to move.
Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that a report from the Committee of the Whole House be adopted. I beg to move.
I put a question that the report of the Committee of the Whole House be adopted by this House. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Bill's third reading, the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill 2024.
Our quorum still stands. We still have 215 virtually and 15 online. Physically online 215 and then virtually 15. Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Bill 2024 be read for the third time and do pass.
I put a question that the Uganda National Road Authority Repeal Bill 2024 be read for the third time and do pass. Those in favor say and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act titled the Uganda National Roads Authority Repeal Act 2024.
The title is settled and the bill passed. Congratulations, Minister. Congratulations. Next.
Item 4 on the order paper, Bill's second reading, the Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024.
Honorable members, as part of the government effort towards rationalization of public entities and expenditure, the Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024 was tabled on 24th September 2024. The committee is ready to report, however. We will invoke the Rule 131 of the Rules of Procedure by inviting the Minister to move a motion to the effect for us to go to the second reading.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, I beg to move that the bill entitled the Uganda National Roads Authority, the Uganda National Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024. Madam Speaker, honorable colleagues, I beg to move that the Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024 be read for the second time. I beg to move.
Seconded. Seconded by Bunyora Affairs, by Minister of Health, by the Vice President, Prime Minister, by Daudi, Honorable Daudi, by Minister of Finance, by Honorable Lokeris, by the whole front bench, and the leader of opposition, Honorable Ariko, and the whole house, and Fox, assistant leader of opposition, and the army, Honorable Nekesa, Honorable Alanyo, Honorable General Elwelu, and then General Masiko. Yes, could you speak briefly to your bill?
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, the Uganda Road Fund was established by this Parliament, the act that established the Uganda Road Fund, to handle a number of things, particularly in as far as supporting the local government community access roads was concerned. Right Honorable and colleagues, what the Uganda Road Fund has continued to do has to continue being a conduit by which resources from the Minister of Finance were reaching local government. And as a conduit, they were not generating any resources from their own, but they were merely a conduit. And the management and administration of the fund has been a little bit sometimes difficult for the ministry, which supervises the operations of the roads, to understand how it happens apart from the circulars that they keep giving us. It is therefore imperative that government in its rationalization endeavor brings the road fund, that's why it is not a repeal, it's an amendment, brings the road fund in its entirety into the ministry. It will change the name, it will be a department, the experts will remain, but they will continue to do the work that the road fund has been doing as a conduit for reaching the local governments. And the law that establishes some of the acts will now be here, so that the members of parliament who have continued to be members of the district roads committee will retain the positions and retain the responsibility of us seeing. So, Madam, rationalization and accountability will now be directly under the Minister of Works, and so that's why we think it's urgent. Thank you.
Honorable members, one thing I need to make a clarification. I had a meeting with the committee chaired by the chair. I was just sitting in as a member of Parliament of Bukedea. One thing I found out is Section 25(2), which gives powers to you and me to chair the committees at your districts, district road committee is not tampered with. We still have it. We still have it. Honorable Chair, let's first get the report. Proceed on what? No, let's first get to the report.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, this is the report of the Committee of Physical Infrastructure on the Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024. Right Honourable Speaker, the introduction and the background are the same with the other bills we have handled. The object of the bill, the main object of the Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024 is to amend the Uganda Road Fund Act, CAP 346, to give effect to the government policy for rationalization of government agencies and public expenditure adopted by Cabinet on 22nd February 2021. Policy and principles of the bill. The policy behind the bill is to give effect to government policy for rationalization of government agencies and public expenditure RAPEX. The purpose of amendment of this act, the purpose of amending the Uganda Road Fund Act 2008 is to empower the ministry responsible for roads to administer the act and the fund established under the act. By doing so, the bill promotes coordinated administrative arrangements, eliminates duplication, and ensures optimal utilization. Recommendations. The committee recommends that the proposal for mainstreaming of Uganda Road Fund into the ministry responsible for roads be supported. The committee recommends that the bill be passed into law subject to attached proposed amendments.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Members, you've heard the Chair. The debate is open. If there is no debate, Dorcas can move a motion. Yes.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I am a member of the committee, and when the minister was speaking, he said that the road fund was not actually generating revenue. I have been on the floor of this house with a motion. Please allow me to present. Really, let's. Right Honourable Speaker.
Order.
No, allow me to make my point.
Order, sit down.
So, Right Honourable Speaker.
Order.
I have been on the floor of this house with a motion
Order, Madam
that
Speaker.
was carried by this house to operationalize the road fund. And Right Honourable Speaker, as we
Madam
speak
Speaker,
now,
the member has said she's a member of the committee, and we don't have time to waste. You had all the time to put your views in the committee.
Honourable members, the Road Fund Act was formed in 2008. The money that was supposed to go to that road fund account was supposed to be from fuel levy. Fuel levy. Now, the money which is going to this account is from the consolidated fund. And as you heard the minister say, this is basically a conduit to get money from consolidated fund account. It is actually a third party, a broker, yes, to the other.
Madam Speaker, can I
motion? Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. As chairperson of the District Roads Committee of my district, Aleptong, and I know we have so many members here who are also chairpersons and members of the committee, we agree with the Honourable Minister, and I would like to move a motion that we move to the committee stage. Thank you.
Seconded. Stand if you're seconding it. Seconded by the whole House. The ayes have it. Honourable members, I put a question that the Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024 be read the second time. Those in favour say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
The Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024, Bills Committee stage.
Please stand, sit down.
Clause 1.
I put a question that clause 1 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
I put a question that clause 2 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3.
Clause 3.
New clause.
Chair.
Clause 3, purpose of amendment of Act 15 of 2008. Clause 3 is amended by substituting for the phrase Act 15 of 2008, and wherever the phrase appears in the bill, the phrase Cap 219. Justification is to align the citation of the bill with the new citation of the Principal Act as per the revised law of Uganda done by the Law Reform Commission that took effect on 1st July 2024. Thank you.
I put a question that clause 3 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3 as amended.
I put a question that clause 3 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
I put a question that clause 4 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
I put a question that clause 5 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
I put a question, clause 6, Chair.
Thank you, Right Honorable Chair. Clause 6, amendment of Section 4 of Act 15 of 2008. Substitute for Clause 6 the following. Amendment of Section 3 of Cap 219. Section 3 of the Road Fund Act. In this act, referred to as the Principal Act, is amended. A, by repealing the definitions of authority, board, executive director, and secretariat, by substituting for the definition of the minister the following. The minister means the minister responsible for roads. And C, by inserting immediately after the definition of minister the following. Ministry means ministry responsible for roads.
Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank the committee for the observations, especially on the renumbering. However, we already have a definition of ministry in the definition section. So I was proposing that we can define minister here, but drop your proposal C, because ministry is already defined in the interpretation section.
Chair.
I concede, Right Honorable Chair.
Thank you. I put a question at clause 6 stands part of the bill. Doesn't. No? You are amending?
Clause 6 be amended as proposed by the committee to read as follows: that Section 3 of the Road Fund Act is referred to as the Principal Act is amended by repealing the definitions of authority, board, executive director, and secretariat. B, by substituting the definition of minister for the following. Minister means minister responsible for roads. I beg to submit.
I put a question that clause 6 be amended as proposed by Attorney General. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 6 as amended.
I put a question that clause 6 be amended. I put a question that clause 6 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 7.
Chair.
Right Honorable Chair, Clause 7 amendment of the Section 5 of Principal Act. Clause 7 is amended by substituting for the phrase Section 5 wherever the phrase appears the phrase Section 4. Therefore, align the numbering of all sections in the bill to reflect the numbering reflected under the revised Road Fund Act, Cap 219, as at 1st July 2024. justification to align the numbering of all sections in the bill to reflect the numbering reflected under revised Road Fund Act Cap 219 as at 1st July 2024.
Minister.
Thank you, Right Honourable Chair. Yes, we consider that proposal, and colleagues, maybe just note that when we are doing the cleanup of the bills after they've been passed here, all the bills that were started before 1st July 2024 will be realigned in numbering. We concede to this proposal.
I put a question at clause 7 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 7 as amended.
I put a question that clause 7 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 8.
I put a question that clause 8 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 9.
I put a question that clause 9 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 10.
I put a question that clause 10 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 11.
I put a question that clause 11 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 12.
I put a question that clause 12 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 13.
I put a question that clause 13 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 14.
I put a question that clause 14 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 15.
I put a question that clause 15 stands part of the
Chair,
bill.
I want to take a clarification. The minister said that there is this has no cost. Can there be a board without staff? And the clarification I'm seeking, because I want to move my amendment on that. I want you to help me. Do you have a board? No. Do you have staff? You are talking about it. I want the minister to help me to understand. So, in short, this road fund had a board and a staff. So the minister said that there were no staff, we were just realigning.
Honorable colleague, there was duplication. There is a staff close to about, I think, 36 or so. And all of them, if they do agree, will be moved to the ministry. That's why we're not repealing, we are amending. And this amendment allows this very good staff who have continued to be a conduit to now come and continue to be a conduit, but under the supervision of the ministry.
I think we can, Right Honourable Speaker, we can withdraw the part of conduit.
Let's withdraw the part of conduit.
I withdraw.
I put a question that clause 15 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 16.
I put a question that clause 16 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 17.
I put a question that clause 17 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 18.
Chair.
Right Honorable Chair, Clause 18, amendment of Section 21 of Act 15 of 2008. Clause 18 is substituted for the following: amendment of Section 20 of Cap 219. Section 20 of the Principal Act is amended: A, in subsection 1, in paragraph A, by repeating the words "on the recommendation of the board." 2, in paragraph E, by inserting immediately after the word minister the words "responsible for finance and by repealing paragraph I.
Is it responsible for finance or for works?
In paragraph, by inserting immediate after the word minister, the minister responsible for works.
Minister responsible for what?
Right Honorable Chair, we agree with the first proposal to amend to delete on the recommendation of the board. It's not necessary to include any definition here because we've already, as you noticed in the previous provision, we already defined minister to mean the minister responsible for works. So we can leave that out. And on the third paragraph, we agree with it because section 34 referred to in paragraph I of section 20 has been repealed by clause 34. We agree with that.
Okay. I put a question that section 18, clause 18 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say be amended as proposed by the Attorney General. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 18 as amended.
I put a question that clause 18 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 19.
I put a question that clause 19 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 20.
I put a question that clause 20 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 21.
Chair.
Right Honorable Chair, Clause 21, amendment of Section 24 of the Act 15 of 2008. Clause 21 is substituted for the following amendment of Section 23 of the Principal Act. Section 23 of the Principal Act is amended A, by substituting for the word board wherever the word appears to ministry, and in B, in subsection 2, by substituting for the word roads the word finance.
Works. Instead of finance, works.
Right Honorable Chair, we agree with the proposal to amend the Principal Act Section 23 to read by substituting the word board wherever it appears with the word ministry. We do not agree with the amendment of subsection 2 by substituting the word roads with the word finance. We propose that the word roads be maintained and the second proposal be dropped. Beg to submit.
I concede, Retorno Chair.
Thank you. I put a question that clause 21 be amended as proposed by Attorney General. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 21 as amended.
I put a question that clause 1 as amended. I put a question that clause 21 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 22.
I put a question that clause 22 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 23.
Chair.
Clause 23, amendment of Section 26 of the Act 15 of 2008. Clause 23 is substituted for the following amendment of Section 25 of Principal Act. Section 25 of the Principal Act is amended by substituting for the word board wherever the word appears to the ministry. B, I think I dropped that. C, in subsection 3 by repeating the words in consultation with the minister responsible for roads.
We concur. Thank you.
I put a question that clause 23 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 23 as amended.
I put a question that clause 23 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 24.
I put a question that clause 24 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 25.
I put a question that clause 25 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 26.
I put a question that clause 26 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 27.
I put a question that clause 27 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 28.
Dr. Chut, which clause were you talking about?
Right Honourable Speaker, is clause 18 and 22.
Hey.
I would like to recommit once after.
You'll first explain, and we understand. We see whether it can be a recommittal. Okay.
Clause 27.
I put a question that clause 27 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 28.
I put a question that clause 28 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 29.
I put a question that clause 29 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 30.
I put a question that clause 30 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 31.
I put a question that clause 31 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 32.
I put a question that clause 32 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 33.
I put a question that clause 33 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 34.
I put a question that clause 34 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 35.
I put a question that clause 35 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 36.
I put a question that clause 36 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 37.
I put a question that clause 37 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 38.
I put a question that clause 38 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 39.
I put a question that clause 39 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 40.
I put a question that clause 40 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 41.
I put a question that clause 41 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 42.
I put a question that clause 42 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 43.
I put a question that clause 43 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 44.
I put a chair.
Thank you, Right Honorable Chair. Clause 44, amendment of Section 49 of Act 15 of 2008. Clause 44 is substituted for the following. Amendment of Section 48 of Principal Act. Section 48 of the Principal Act is amended A, by substituting for subsection 1 the following. The minister shall, in consultation with the minister responsible for finance, by statutory instrument, make regulations for better carrying into effect the purposes of this Act. B, subsection 2, 1,
by repealing paragraph
Maybe
C.
we need to correct where there is finance, it should be Minister of Works.
No, right Honourable
The
Chair.
Minister in charge of roads is...
Right Honourable Chair, this is, we are alive to the fact that there is a Minister of Roads, but who shall, in consultation with the Minister, because I can read again, by substituting for subsection 1 the following. 1, the Minister, who is the Minister of Roads, shall, in consultation with the Minister responsible for finance, because it's a fund, by statutory instrument, make regulations for better carrying into effect the purposes of this Act. B, in subsection 2, by repealing paragraph C, and 2, by repealing paragraph H.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Chair. Right Honourable Chair and colleagues, I would like to, I'm trying to convince the Chair of the committee and the members of the committee that we should just leave it as the Minister for Roads, making statutory instruments for regulation and better carrying out. One of the functions that we are looking to achieve through rationalization is efficiency, leanness and efficiency. But every time you're going to ask the Minister of Roads to make a regulation, then go to Ministry of Finance, then bring it to Cabinet, then come here, we are increasing another layer of bureaucracy which we are trying, and delay which we are trying to remove. I pray and hope that you can concede we leave this responsibility to the Minister of Works, and the Minister of Works becomes responsible for his docket. I beg to submit.
Thank you.
Right Honourable Chair, I concede.
Thank you.
On the other two proposals on amendment, we agree, Right Honourable Speaker, they are consequential to the decision to remove the investment arm of this process. Thank you.
Thank you. I put a question that clause 44 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 44 as amended.
I put a question that clause 44 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 45.
45. Chair.
Right Honourable Chair, clause 45, amendment of section 50 of Act 15 of 2008, delete clause 45. The deletion is consequential as the bill proposes to repeal Schedule 2 under clause 46. Thank you.
Minister.
Right Honourable Chair, while we agree that the repeal of the schedule would be consequential in as far as it relates to Schedule 2, a blanket repeal of this may create a challenge because we have Schedule 1. So I would propose that we amend this provision without deletion and say Section 50 of the Principal Act is amended in subsection 2 by repealing the words in consultation with the board. And so we can then remove, also shall in consultation with the board by statutory instrument amend Schedule 2. That is only subsection 2. Just to delete only subsection 2, 52, not the whole of 50. 51 talks about the minister may by statutory instrument with the approval of cabinet amend Schedule 1. Schedule 1 is about the currency points. So if you remove them, then all the offenses you have created in here will not have a corresponding currency point charge. But Schedule 2 relates to meetings of the board, which we have already repealed, and I agree with you that needs to be repealed. So we only repeal 52. I beg to submit.
Yes.
Madam Chair, the Attorney General has brought something of interest. The currency point is not a responsibility of the Ministry of Works, the responsibility of Ministry of Finance. Have we defined the Ministry of Finance in our law? the law we're making. If we have not, we must.
Currency points are determined by an act. And this currency point may change from 20,000 that it is today to become 50,000. And when that is changed by the Ministry of Finance, every responsible minister who is dealing with their different legislation, pieces of legislation, goes into those legislation and by statutory instrument amends that schedule. So the Minister of Finance does not by blanket amend all the laws, because then you will have the Ministry of Finance in each and every single law as a participant. So what we do is that the minister changes and the schedule is then done by the responsible ministers in their respective dockets.
Thank you. I put a question at clause 45. Be amended as proposed by Attorney General. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 45 as amended.
I put a question that clause 45 as amended sounds part of the bill. Those in favor say aye to the control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 46.
I put a question that clause 46 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 47.
I put a question that clause 47 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Title.
I put a question that the title stands part of the bill. Those in favor say under control nay. The ayes have it.
Motion for resumption of the House.
Honorable Minister. Achuti, Honorable Achuti.
Thank you.
Let's first listen to Honorable Achuti.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I want to propose a recommittal on Clause 18 and Clause 22. Clause 18 refers to Section 21, Finances of the Fund, and subsection C provides that the monies appropriated by Parliament for purposes of the fund are going to be finances of the fund. Right Honourable Speaker, the challenge we have is that currently, if you look at the 1 billion, Road Fund was not managing it because of restriction. But also, when you go to other ministries, we have Ministry of Agriculture, they have road projects. We go to Ministry of Local Government, they also have road projects. And right now we are moving into program-based budgeting. But we wanted all maintenance funds to come into this one fund so that it is supervised by the Ministry of Works and not in all the different ministries. That is the proposal that I wanted to make, and I wanted to propose the amendment to that effect.
You propose and we hear?
The proposal is that all monies for road maintenance and rehabilitation are appropriated by Parliament and monies for purposes of the fund, so that it covers all other funds that are outside the road fund. Because, Right Honourable Speaker, at the District Roads Committee, we have challenges. The district states that we can only oversee the funds from the road fund, but funds that are coming from other ministries do not go through the District Roads Committee. That is where my concern is.
Honorable Choti, that is very risky. Very, very risky. Even our 1 billion will be put under that. Let this money, let it remain like that. The road fund money is different. Because there is some money which goes under Minister of Works, Water. Others goes under Minister of Agriculture, NADS. Yes, Honorable Haj.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. I think the colleague is jumping the gun. There is nothing called program-based budgeting under our laws. Under the Public Finance Management Act, we still have sectors. Our rules of procedures provide for sectoral committees. Until we amend the Public Finance Management Act and provide for program budgeting, we can't start legislating for programs. We can only legislate for sectors because that is the current law.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I want to propose something. If it cannot come under the appropriation, let the District Roads Committee have powers under it, and we could amend Section 25(5) to accommodate that.
It is already the district, the district committee already has powers under 25(2).
Madam Chair, what I see what doctor is raising, he has a very big valid point. We are trying to rationalize. That means if it is roads, it must be Ministry of what? Works. If it is building houses, it must be Ministry of Works. And that's what we're rationalizing. Now, what we see here is that why should it be that in agriculture, there is a road? In health, there is a road. Local government, there is a road. So why, I think what he's saying that if the money for the road must be under the Ministry of what? Works. I think here we can make, he has a valid point that.
Right,
Honorable members, what Honorable Chuti is pushing for is consolidating the budgetary allocation. And that can be done administratively by Minister of Finance.
Right, Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, his issue is a bit wider. While it can be done by finance or even at appropriation, there are issues of standardization. As the supervisors to this sector, the issues that were coming up sometimes were that roads scattered around other ministries become very difficult for Ministry of Works to supervise and ensure standardization. So as we debate it, we must also take it in context that it's not only about the money, but about the standardization of the entire infrastructure.
Information. Information.
Yes.
Information, Madam Speaker.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Faith, then Tony.
What I seem to have understood from Honorable Dr. Chuti is the functions of the District Road Committee. Regardless of which ministry the money comes from, it eventually ends in our districts. The roads are not in space. The normal practice has been restricting the functions of the District Road Committee to only monies coming from the road fund. When it comes from any other source, the road committee is kept off. Now, we need to define if the road committee in our district is empowered enough to report, to investigate, to do oversight on all the monies coming from whichever source, as long as it's coming to our districts, we will be safe. Including the security roads, all the roads.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Prime Minister, you need to look at the issue of transport planning and management in all the districts. Whether these are tourism roads, oily roads, water roads, whichever, you need to see how you manage them. Yes.
I am wondering whether it is going to be possible for us to fit that within this bill.
No, it is not.
Because it is a wider thing that government need to look into. For example, under the Ministry of ICT, all sectors, all ministries plan and budget for ICT-related issues. And yet, all this would be brought under the Ministry of ICT to plan and budget for all the ministries. So the same with the Ministry of Roads. So I think this may not fit in this bill, but the government must look into this as very important.
Go to the next bill. Go to the next bill.
Motion.
The next clause.
Go to the next bill. We want to understand your bills.
Yes, the next clause was on clause 22.
Next clause.
Yes, on clause 22, which is section 25, specifically subsection 5, which talks about the functions of the District Roads Committee. Now here the functions have been delegated to the regulations. But also, Right Honourable Speaker, there are almost 3 entities that approve road works in the district. There is the District Roads Committee, there's the Committee on Works and Technical Services, there's also the District Executive Committee. So my proposal was that we define here that the District Roads Committee shall be the supreme body to oversee the road funds within the district. That is the proposal, and then so that from all the sources, so that even though up, we may not consolidate it under one budget, but at the district, we should be able to first of all have supreme authority. Otherwise, what is happening, Right Honourable Speaker, is the District Roads Committee comes up with a road plan, and then the Works and Technical Committee also comes up with their own plan. So you have 2 plans and there is conflict as a result of that.
Thank you.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues, we've actually been, the points you are raising are actually very valid and need to be looked at carefully. Government, using a whole of government approach, you will find that we are so interlinked. What you have been talking about, from our understanding, now sits in local government. It has a matter in works, but it actually sits in local government. So you need to be careful. I think I would propose, Right Honourable Speaker, that such complex issues, I think that's why we have this rule 134.5, which gives us time. This rule 134.4 and 5. When you're going to make an amendment which is as detailed as that, it will require some time for the ministers to go and consult. We can write anything that Parliament would like, but I propose that it may not be able to be done in this bill at this time. I just propose that the Minister of Works, Minister of Local Government, Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Water, under the Prime Minister, do take up this matter and address those concerns that have been raised.
Thank you. And actually, the issue Honorable Chut is raising is a very, very, very valid. And must be, Prime Minister, you need to make a follow-up on that and see how we harmonize for us to agree. Yes?
Madam Chair, if we are doing financial consolidation and rationalization, this has been the challenge even in Budget Committee. I give you the example of the Minister of Agriculture and Minister of Water. They are always fighting over who is responsible for building dams across the country. Irrigation. They came to Karamoja, they were fighting over a site. Agriculture wanted to build the same dam in Akonyen. Minister of Water also wanted to build the same dam. I am happy my brother General Lulu is there trying to sort out that issue. They are fighting ministries. And it's a bigger thing. It doesn't give this country direction in terms of achievement of targets. How are we moving in water? What are the achievements? These scattered small projects where these people fight in the Ministry of Water, Ministry of Health, this does not give the country a clear direction where we are moving in different specific areas. And conflicting in terms of standardization, as Honorable Kimosho says. Agriculture builds a wide road. Water comes with a tiny one. Local government comes with a zigzag one. We must clear this matter seriously. It's a big issue.
Yeah,
we must be able to say we are moving this direction, this standard of roads, this standard of water systems, and we saw this matter. Otherwise, ministries do fight and they are here quietly fighting. But at the road level, Dr. Chut is right. We must get that function streamlined now in this amendment to give powers to the District Roads Committee to supervise all road-related funds. Let's put that function in this road fund amendment. We'll capture it from here now so that we wait for them at the districts and supervise that matter.
Right, Honourable Speaker and Honourable colleagues.
What we are talking about requires a multi-sectoral approach. You cannot do everything. Let's not do some of these things in annoyance. It needs a lot of work to be done. Next.
Motion for resumption of the House.
Honourable Minister.
Madam Chair, I beg to move that the House do resume and the Committee of the whole House reports thereto.
I put a question that the House resumes and the Committee of the whole House reports thereto. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Report of the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to report to the Committee of the whole House. I beg to report that the Committee of the whole House has considered the bill entitled Uganda Road Fund and 2024 and passed it with amendments. Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024 and passed it with amendments. Madam Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you.
Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the report from the Committee of the whole House be adopted. I beg to move.
I put a question that the report of the Committee of the whole House be adopted by this August House. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Bill's third reading. The Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024.
The quorum still stands. Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled the Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024 be read for the third time and do pass. I beg to move.
I put a question that the Uganda Road Fund Amendment Bill 2024 be read the third time and do pass. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act titled the Uganda Road Fund Amendment Act 2024.
Title settled and the bill passed.
Madam Speaker and members, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you very much for the well-conducted business. And Madam Speaker, if this is how we are to be conducting business in this House, this country would have moved very far. So I want to thank you. I want to thank my chair. I want to thank the Attorney General, and I want to thank everybody for staying focused on this. I don't know where the concept of creating agencies came from. And I don't know what was the purpose of creating agencies. It looked like the idea was weakening the central government. Now that government has woken up and has decided to get back its authority, then you are going to charge us to deliver. And it's our responsibility. And we shall deliver. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to allay fears of all members of Parliament and also the country. We are not going to create unemployment. Unlike what has been happening before, where an agency comes in and dismisses everybody, we are going to validate, using the public service, all the workers of UNRWA, and those who are willing to work under the public service arrangement are welcome to work. Because these are Ugandans. We are not going to go out to look for other Ugandans. So nobody should tell you that it's going to be disenfranchised because of the rationalization. He will decide at his own that I don't want to work because the law doesn't allow forced labor. So if you don't want to work, it's okay. If you want to work, public service and us, we have worked out a detailed plan of how to absorb the people. Secondly, there was the fear about the ongoing projects. One of the things we're even discussing together with the donor agencies is that the people who are already on those projects, the engineers who are supervising those projects, again, unless if they don't want to work, they can stay on the projects for continuity, so that we don't have gaps created because of the mergers. So I want to allay fears of everybody, but I think this is a very good move to me, because the arrogancy which had been created in some of these agencies is unthinkable. Where you find an ED, an executive officer, saying, calling the ministry which supervises him a funeral service. Can you imagine? The ministry, the one which supervises you, and you say, I can't go to a funeral service. Calling the ministry a funeral service. I think that arrogance had gone too far. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Thank you very much, honorable members. I want to thank you.
Procedure. Madam Speaker, procedure.
Yes.
Procedure.
Let the chair finish, then you bring.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your state leadership and how you have.
Members, give. Let's listen to the chair.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the steady leadership and how you have managed the process today. I want to thank, in a special way also, our government chief whip. This process has been very hectic.
So you didn't clap for me because I didn't manage it?
This process has been hectic. It needed a composure of the chief whip that we have. In a very special way, from deep down my heart, I want to thank you. At least the pressure and the tempers have been moderate from your side. So I want to thank you. To the ministers, they certainly have to forget what they went through to convince members, because if they don't, they will not enter heaven, because they will be very grieved. So for whatever you went through, that's what you took the oath to do, and thank you very much for doing what you took the oath to do. Once again, thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, in a very special way for your support, for the mentorship, for steering in the right direction, and may you keep around even in the coming terms. May God bless you. Thank you very much. And to my committee, thank you for the support. And the signing and participation, I thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Committee of Agriculture and the Prime Minister. The Vice President, thank you for keeping the whole day here, and the whole team. I am very impressed. But one thing, I know you promised your boss, who is our boss, that you're finishing rationalization. And we must finish. Okay? We must finish. Next item.
Item 7 on the order paper.
Procedure, Madam Speaker.
Bill second reading.
Yes, there's a procedure matter here.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Procedure.
Right Honourable Speaker, the last time before we adjourned, I actually raised this matter regarding funds to the districts under the road fund. When the districts were given...
Dan Kimosho, the Chief Whip wants you.
Right Honourable Speaker, when this House requested government to increase funding to the districts for road maintenance, the government actually agreed to top up what the road fund was giving us with 1 billion shillings. Unfortunately, Right Honourable Speaker, what has happened is that the money that the districts used to get from the road fund was actually cut, and now it is the 1 billion which is available. For example, in Tororo, we used to get 680, about 8 billion, million shillings. And we thought with additional 1 billion, would be able to do something. Now what the district is getting is 20 million shillings per quarter, Right Honorable Speaker, from 688. And we have 42 sub-counties. Surely, how do you expect districts to maintain roads with the 26 million for a whole quarter? So, Right Honorable Speaker, the procedural issue that I'm raising is for the Minister of Finance to inform this House why they cut the monies that districts were receiving under the road fund. Because the 1 billion was supposed to be additional. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, what Honorable Sarah is raising is true. The 1 billion was supposed to be over and above the previous provision under the road fund. Madam Speaker, this is still the case, subject to availability of funds.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
Honorable Nathan.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, for me, I want to start by first thanking General Katumba for those good statements you have made. And having made those statements that everybody is going to be absolved. But I am worried that those who say the final service, am I sure, are you going to employ those who called you a final service? Number two, maybe you are calling them also final service. Number two, we know Minister of Works is fond of having engineers. At least engineers are okay. But there are some EDs who are social scientists. Do you have a space for such people in your ministry? Give me that assurance so that I can tell the people of Yonora what is going to happen to them.
Mr. Kema, next item.
Item 7 on the order paper, Bill second reading, the Public Enterprises Reform and Divestiture Amendment Bill 2024.
Honorable members, as part of government effort towards rationalization, this same bill was laid on 24th September 2024. I want to invite the minister to move a motion to the effect as per Rule 131 of the Rules of Procedure. Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move a motion that a bill entitled the Public Enterprise Reform and Divestiture Repeal Bill 2021 be read for the second time.
Seconded. Is the minister seconded? I mean a motion seconded by Honorable Musasisi, Prime Minister, Vice President, by the whole House. Thank you. Speak to your motion briefly.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the privatization and utility sector reform was a program under the Ministry of Finance and of the government of the Republic of Uganda. And the object then of the program was to divest state interests in certain public enterprises and to improve the efficiency and performance of others. The Public Enterprise Reform and Divestiture Act had listed a total of 113 public enterprises which were grouped in various categories. So in accordance with the Public Enterprise Reform and Divestiture Act, government divested a number of these state enterprises, leaving only those public enterprises listed in Class 1 and 2 of the Public Enterprise Reform and Divestiture Act, for which government is required to retain 100% shareholding, and those which the state is required to retain majority shareholding, and are therefore not available for divestiture. So this makes the Public Enterprise Reform and Divestiture Act spent since it had had the full effect. The intention of this bill, therefore, Right Honourable Speaker, is to repeal the Public Enterprise Reform and Divestiture Act 98, and it has various provisions. Madam Speaker, I beg to submit.
Thank you so much, Chair, Honourable Minister. Can I now invite the Chair to give us a brief?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to take this opportunity to present the Public Enterprise and Reform and Divestiture Repeal Act 2024. And before I do that, I wish to lay on the table a copy of the report and the minutes thereof.
Please lay. Junior. Don't break your leg.
Is it uploaded?
Are you okay? Please help him. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to go straight to the report. Introduction.
Give us the recommendations.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I want to go straight to the recommendations. The privatization unit, which was housed under PAD, is responsible for the day-to-day implementation of the divestiture program. On matters of privatization, the director reports to the minister responsible for privatization, but for administrative purposes, shall report to the Secretary to the Treasury. To enable it to carry out the divestiture of public enterprises, the privatization unit causes detailed financial, legal, and operational analysis of the public enterprises to be carried out by independent auditors, lawyers, and other necessary advisors, and determines how the divestiture of the public enterprise may be implemented, and also causes evaluation of the assets of the public enterprise to be carried out by independent valuers. Now, the committee observed that whereas the bill seeks to dissolve the privatization units, it has maintained the Diversity and Reform Implementation Committee. The committee further notes that the bill does not have a commencement date for the bill. The absence of the commencement date means that the law will commence on publication, and yet the agency may need more time to adequately prepare the rationalization policy. There is therefore need to provide in the bill a commencement date to accommodate the period for the rationalization period. Recommendation. The committee recommends that the Public Enterprises Reform and Diversity Amendment Bill 2024 be passed, subject to proposed amendments. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Honourable members, you've heard about the National Reform and Diversity Amendment Bill. It is a direct bill. Anything that you need to... I thought Ojara was going to speak. I didn't know you were just escaping. Yes? If there is nothing, committee stage. There is a motion.
Madam Chair.
Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do moves to committee stage for consideration of the Public Enterprise Reform and Diversity Act Amendment Bill 2024. I beg to move.
Seconded by Honourable Mara, by Shatis, by Shemesha, Professor, by the whole front, the Vice President, Jessica Alupo Epel, Honourable VP, by the whole front, by the whole House. I put a question that the Public Enterprise Reform and Diversity Amendment Bill 2024 be read a second time. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
The Public Enterprises Reform and Diversity Amendment Bill 2024, Bills Committee stage.
Sit.
Clause 1.
I put a question that clause 1 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay.
Clause 2.
I put a question that the clause 2 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3.
I put a question that clause 3 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
I put a question that clause 4 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
I put a question that clause 5 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
I put a question that clause 6 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 7.
I put a question that clause 7 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 8.
I put a question that clause 8 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 9.
I put a question that clause 9 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 10.
I put a question that clause 10 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 11.
I put a question that clause 11 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 12.
I put a question that clause 12 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 13.
I put a question that clause 13 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 14.
I put a question that clause 14 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 15.
I put a question that clause 15 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 16.
I put a question that clause 16 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 17.
I put a question that clause 17 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Title.
I put a question that the title stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Motion for resumption of the House.
Honorable Minister.
I beg to move a motion that the House do resume and the Committee of the whole House reports thereto.
I put a question that the House does resume and the Committee of the whole House reports thereto. Those in favor say aye, to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Report of the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the whole House has considered the bill entitled the Public Enterprise Reform and Investiture Repeal Bill 2021, considered all the clauses without any amendment.
Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House adopts the report of the Committee of the whole House.
I put a question that the report of the Committee of the whole House be adopted by this House. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Bill's third reading. The Public Enterprises Reform and Divestiture Amendment Bill 2024.
Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled the Public Enterprise Reform and Divestiture Repeal Bill 2024 be read for the third time and do pass.
I put a question that the Public Enterprise Reform and the Divestiture Repeal Bill 2024 be read a third time and do pass. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act titled the Public Enterprises Reform and Divestiture Amendment Act 2024.
Title settled and the bill passed.
Item 8 on the order paper. Bill second reading. The Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Moneylenders Amendment Bill 2024.
Honorable members, the Tier 4 Microfinance Institution and Moneylenders Amendment Bill 2024 was equally read on 24th and tabled to this House 24th September 2024, and I will evoke the Rule 130, one of the rules of procedure, and invite the Minister of Finance to move a motion. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
I beg to move a motion that the bill titled Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Moneylenders Amendment Bill 2024 be read for the second time. I beg to move.
Seconded. Seconded. Seconded by the Vice President Sarah, Honorable Barimusi, Honorable Lugolobi, Ole Musasisi, Kasolo. Okay, Honorable Haruna. Honorable Haruna, Dr. Jane Chen, Honorable Mayanja, Honorable Mbadi, Honorable Elwelu, by the Hollow House, Honorable Fox, Honorable Katuntu, Honorable Amenya, and Wilson. I said Saro Pendi, Atikin's wife. Would you like to speak to your motion?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable.
I did see Honorable Kabanda seconding. He did. Honorable Kabanda, the General Secretary. Honorable Kabanda, your subordinate is here.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable. Right Honorable Speaker, this bill intends to give effect to the government policy for rationalization of government agencies and public expenditure, which was adopted by Cabinet on 22nd February 2021. It will also facilitate, it will promote coordinated administrative arrangements, policies, and procedures for ensuring the efficient and successful management, financial accounting, and budgetary discipline of government agencies and departments, to also enable government to play its proper role more efficiently and effectively. I beg to submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Minister. This assignment was given to the committee, and we hereby report. And allow me to lay on table the minutes and other documentation that the committee went through. I hereby lay.
Please do.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, at the 22nd sitting of the third session of the Parliament held on the 24th September 2024, the Honorable Minister Henry Musasi, the Minister of State for Finance.
Can you give us the observations and your
Thank you, Right
recommendations?
Much obliged. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for your guidance. I hereby go straight to the committee observations. Performance of the Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority. The Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority was established by the four-tier Microfinance Institutions and Money Launderers Amendment Act, CAP 61, to provide for the licensing and the management of Tier 4 microfinance institutions, to provide for management and control of money lending business, to establish a SACCO stabilization fund, to establish a SACCO savings protection scheme, and to provide for a central financing facility, provide for licensing of money lenders, to provide for self-help groups and commodity microfinance, to provide for receivership and liquidation of Tier 4 microfinance institutions. The Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority has several functions under the Act as enumerated above. The authority was established in 2016 with a skeleton staffing capacity and was subsequently supported in the years that followed to execute its mandate. It is observation of the committee, therefore, that whereas the authority manages the licensing several money lenders, the Tier 4 microfinance institutions under their mandate, it was not able to fully execute its mandate. For the 8 years the authority has been in operation, it was not adequately resourced to undertake the roles prescribed under the Act. The committee further observed that the increased provision of the financial services like parish development model, SACCOs, PDM, the similar interests across the country, there is a need to increase a robust regulation in the sector. The physical performance of UMRA. The authority had by the end of 2023 licensed 1,802 institutions as indicated in the attached table, Table 1. Under the supervision of the authority, the number of registered institutions has grown by over 600% over the 5 years. And the table below shows the licensing at a glance, showing a number of institutions at UMRA. 1, the money lenders since 2018 grew from 190 to 1,402. And the INDMFIs from 49 to 249. The SACCOs from 2021 grew from 25 to 151. In actual sense, the total are equal to 1,802. Right Honourable Speaker, unfulfilled mandate of UMRA. The committee has established that whereas the authority has been in office for 6 years, including a slowdown of activities during the COVID-19 related lockdown, many of the outputs provided for in the Tier 4 Microfinance Institution and Money Lenders Act was never delivered. The authority failed to deliver on 1, SACCO Stabilization Fund and SACCO Savings Protection Scheme. 2, supporting SACCOs to establish a central financing facility for them to borrow from each other. And 3, implementation of the credit information sharing mechanism. Its purpose is to establish a national database for credit history in the sector to create credit reporting as a collateral similar to the Credit Reference Bureau in the commercial banks. And 4, drive digital transformation of the Tier 4 sector through automated licensing and regulatory reporting. This would have helped in monitoring the actual revenue due to the assessment by URA. This would have enhanced government revenue collection. Currently, it remains a challenge to aggregate all revenue from the sector. Issuance of digital lending guidelines to monitor and supervise digital lenders, which is a tool for curbing money laundering. Financial literacy and awareness. Adequate financial literacy and awareness campaigns to provide the public interest in money lending transactions, create public awareness in financial services, and address complaints has not been done. The interest rates. Uganda operates a liberal economy where the private sector makes decisions based on the forces of demand and supply. And whereas for a long time, the cost of borrowing has been generally recognized as being so high from all categories, the financial institutions, the interest rate charged by the SACCOs, microfinance institutions, and money lenders makes it extremely hard for most borrowers to pay back loans, resulting into foreclosures. This has stifled the businesses since most of the business capital and income is dedicated to and drained by debt servicing. Section 89 of the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions, the Money Lenders Act 2016, mandates the minister responsible for finance to, in consultation with UMRA, by notice in the Gazette, prescribe a maximum interest rate which money lenders shall charge. The committee established from the Bank of Uganda that whereas the average lending rate of commercial banks is around 18.3%, a typical SACCO lends it's at least 3% per month or 36% per annum. Money lenders on average lend at 10% per month or 120 per annum. Now, therefore, despite Uganda running a liberal economy, the gap between a lending rate of commercial banks, that is 18.3, and the money lenders' annual lending rate, 120%, is the reason Parliament passed Section 89 of the Tier 4 Microfinance Institution and Money Lenders Act for the minister to at least provide some level of control that leaves both the borrower and the lender better off economically. The committee noted that for 8 years since the Tier 4 Microfinance and Money Lenders Act came into force, Section 89 of the Act, which mandates the minister to prescribe the maximum interest which a money lender should charge, has never been operationalized. Various statutory mandates and responsibilities of the SACCOs. The committee observed that registration, licensing, regulation of SACCOs is conducted by multiple agencies of government. SACCOs report to the Commissioner of Cooperatives in the Ministry of Trade and Cooperatives. The same SACCOs report to UMRA under the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development as provided for in the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Money Lenders Act. For many SACCOs whose capital base has expanded to at least 25 billion Uganda shillings, the Financial Institutions Act recognizes that such institutions should migrate to a higher level of regulation under the Bank of Uganda. Proposed mainstreaming structure and functions. According to the Ministry of Public Services, a new department to be created, the Microfinance Tier 4 Management Department, will be created in the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to take up all the functions of the UMRA as provided for under the Act. Accordingly, the department shall be headed by a commissioner under the Directorate of Economic Affairs. The commissioner shall be assisted by one assistant commissioner. Other officers in the proposed department include 3 principal officers, 7 senior officers, 20 compliance officers, 2 legal officers, as well as 7 other staffs. Although the proposed structure in the ministry responsible for finance has been set, the attendant regulation assigns respective roles to the commissioner are yet to be drafted. There may be lost time between drafting, approving, and gazetting regulations after the proposed amendment of the Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Money Lenders Amendment Bill 2024. This may create regulatory vacuum. Expected savings by government. One of the government's main objectives of rationalization policy is to relieve the government of the financial drain on its resources and the burden of wasteful administration and expenditure. And as such, the proposed mainstreaming of UMRA into the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development is expected to make savings for government. In terms of rent, reduction in wage structure, the NSSF remittances, gratuity, the board expenses, other attendant administrative recurrent costs. In total, government is expected to save approximately 6.7 billion in the first year of mainstreaming the authority. And we have put the table to portray exactly that. Recommendations. The committee recommends 1. License backlog. The committee recommends that the minister issues the statutory instrument to permit the extension of all expiring licenses and issuance of new licenses in line with the provisions of the Tier 4 Microfinance and Money Lenders Act CAP 61. This will solve the problem of the current large stocks of licensing backlog at UMRA. 2. Regulations and guidelines. The minister should fast-track all the necessary amendments to the regulations and guidelines to ensure that it's in tandem with the amendment. This will also designate responsibilities in the proposed new structures at the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to avoid a regulatory vacuum during the transition. Madam Speaker and honorable colleagues, interest rates. The committee recommends that the minister, in compliance with Section 89 of the Tier 4 Microfinance and Money Lenders Act CAP 61, operationalizes the provision of capping of interest rates. facilitation of a new departmental structure. The committee recommends that, notwithstanding the intention of government to make savings for rationalization, the new department structure in the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development should be adequately resourced to, among others, undertake the following. 1, ensure regulation of all PDM circles, Emyoga circles, community-based cooperatives, and other community savings and loan associations. And 2, in compliance with sections 53, 54, 55, 56, and 57 of the Act, lead to establishment of the SACCO Stabilization Fund and the SACCO Savings Protection Scheme. And 3, in compliance with Section 60 of the Act, support SACCOs to establish a central financing facility for them to borrow from each other. 4, to continue to play the role of the statutory mediator between borrowers and the Tier 4 microfinance and money lenders. Digitally transforming the sector. We propose that the ministry digitally transforms the sector by implementation of the credit information sharing mechanism. The department should establish a national database for credit history in the sector to create credit reporting as collateral, similar to the Credit Reference Bureau for the underserved, while mitigating credit risk for Tier 4 institutions and money lenders in order to operationalize Section 8, subsection 2L of the Tier 4 microfinance institution and money lenders. Drive digital transformation of the Tier 4 sector through automated licensing and regulatory reporting. This is intended to, among others, support government in tax assessments as provided for in the various tax laws of Uganda. Issuance of digital lending guidelines to monitor and supervise digital lenders. This is a tool to curb possible money laundering. Financial literacy and awareness. As part of its work plan, the department should enhance financial literacy and awareness campaigns to cater for creation of public awareness on the financial services and addressing complaints, engaging members of the public on their rights as consumers of the financial products, builds market confidence, which is a key ingredient in the financial inclusion. This will expand the regulatory footprint across the country and improve the coverage into the money economy. Harmonization of the SACCO registration, licensing, and regulation. The committee recommends the Attorney General supports the ministries responsible for cooperatives and the Ministry of Finance to harmonize the various laws and regulations of the SACCOs. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker and colleagues, in conclusion, in light of the above, the committee observes on the proposed amendments of Tier 4 microfinance institutions and Money Lenders Act Cap 61, and also aware of the government policy of rationalization of its agencies and respective objects of RAPEX. The committee recommends that the Tier 4 microfinance institution and money lenders Amendment Bill 2024 be amended and have the functions of UMRA mainstreamed in the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. I beg to submit right now.
Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you. Azza Tom. Honorable Azza.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I hereby move a motion that the bill titled Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Money Lenders Amendment Bill 2024 goes to the next stage. That's the committee stage. I beg to move. Thank you very much.
Seconded by Honorable Okanya. Ekanya. By Honorable Aliek, by Olanya, by Dokolo, by Kwania, Nelson Kwania, Maruzi North, Honorable Nathan, by Honorable Nathan, by Honorable Fox, Honorable Ivanda, Honorable VP, Honorable Dr. Barrio Musi, by Honorable Musasisi, the Minister of Finance, Honorable Lugolovi, Minister of Finance, by by the whole House, including Eddie, including Dr. Cheng, Silo. Honorable members, I put a question that the Tier 4 microfinance institutions and moneylenders amendment bill 2024 be read for the second time. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
The Tier 4 microfinance institutions and moneylenders amendment bill 2024 bills committee stage. Clause 1.
I put a question that clause 1 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
I put a question that clause 2 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3.
Chair.
Right Honorable Speaker, the committee proposes that clause 3 for purpose of amendment of the Act. Clause 3 is amended by substituting for the words Act 18 of 2016 by the words Cap 61, and therefore, wherever the word appears in the bill. Justification to align the provisions of the bill with the revised laws of Uganda as of July 1st, 2024.
AG.
No objection. I thank the committee.
I put a question that the clause 3 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3 as amended.
I put a question that clause 3 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
I put a question that clause 4 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
Chair.
Honorable Chair, the committee proposes under clause 5, which is responsibility for functions under Principal Act. The clause 5 be amended in the head note by substituting for words Principal Act the words Cap 61. Justification to align the bill with the citation of Tier 4 microfinance institutions and moneylenders Act Cap 61.
Minister.
No objection. Right Honorable Speaker.
I put a question that clause 5 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 5 as amended.
I put a question that clause 5 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
I put a question that clause 6 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 7.
Chair.
Madam Chair and honorable colleagues, the committee proposes amendment of Section 5 of the Principal Act. That clause 7 is amended in the head note by substituting for the words Section 5, the word Section 4, and thereafter realign the numbering of the bill with the numbering in the revised Tier 4 Microfinance Institutions and Moneylenders Act, Cap 61. Justification to align the numbering of the section with the revised laws of Uganda as at July 2024, the 7th edition.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, we do agree with that amendment, but at the time of cleaning up of the bill, there will be a realignment of all the bills that had been presented to this House before the 1st of July 2024 to be in tandem with the new laws of Uganda as approved by this House. To submit.
So you agree with the amendment?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker, I agree with the amendment.
Thank you. I put a question that clause 7 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 7 as amended.
I put a question that clause 7 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 8.
I put a question that clause 8 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 9.
I put a question that clause 9 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have
Clause
it.
10.
I put a question that clause 10 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 11.
Chair.
Madam Chair, the committee proposes that clause 11 be amended by amendment of section 8 of the Act 8 of 2016. Substitution of clause 11 of the bill, the following. 11, amendment of section 8 of the Principal Act. Section 8 of the Principal Act is amended, A, in subsection 1, by substituting the word authority and the word ministry. And 2, by deleting the word licensing. B, by inserting immediately after subsection 1 the following. 1A, the minister is responsible for A, licensing Tier 4 microfinance institutions and money lenders, and B, prescribing the minimum capital requirement of the Tier 4 microfinance institutions. And C, in subsection 2, I, in the chapter, by substituting for the word authority the word ministry, and 2, by repealing the paragraph A, M, and N. Justification: to apportion the functions that were being performed by the authority to the ministry and to the minister and the minister. Beg your pardon.
Honorable AG.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Chair. Right Honorable Chair, Section 8, as it reads today, reads that the authority is responsible for regulating, licensing, and supervising Tier 4 microfinance institutions and money lenders. The proposal being made is to delete the word licensing from this provision. I beg to convince the committee chair and its members that with just amending that the ministry is responsible for regulating, licensing, and supervision of Tier 4 microfinance institutions and money lenders without removing the function of licensing from that provision. The rest of the second provision, therefore, is a repetition of what was being deleted, because in this proposal that you make is to say that the minister is responsible for licensing, which is what was originally in the bill. I propose that the amendment be dropped and the bill be left as it is, but I agree that the change from authority to minister be adopted by this meeting, by the House.
Yes. Yes, Honorable Nathan.
Madam Chair, thank you very much. As the Attorney General is talking about licensing, I think again I'm getting another feel, which I want to agree maybe with the chairman. Licensing, how can a Ministry of Finance license circles? Maybe if it's a circle, it should be under cooperatives. If it is a bank, it should be Bank of Uganda. Don't you
money
think?
lenders.
Even money lender, Bank of Uganda, because that's lending.
No. Who has been licensing money lenders? They would get their license from court.
From court. You can see even Kasolo, I think, wants now get power to
from Umura.
He wants now to become here licensing money lenders. We shall have a problem. Madam, this one we have to be very careful.
No, we are not looking at the person, but
no. Even if another one. So, Madam Chair, having seen what the Attorney General has spoken, I want to. Okay.
When your boss is speaking, you don't interrupt.
Madam Speaker, I'm seeking clarification from Honorable Nandala because he taught me some economics. We have the Financial Institution Act, which gives Bank of Uganda to license money lenders of certain threshold. Then we have the Cooperative Act, which also gives mandate to Minister of Cooperative. So can you guide us? What approach should we take?
First of all, you should know that we have Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. Now, educate him on what does Bank of Uganda regulate, what does the UBURA regulate.
Madam Chair, again, that's one of the functions we have been making a mistake. If a sector is dealing with money, we should allow it to deal with money. If it's dealing with cows, there's no big cow, there's no small cow. That's why, yes, it's a cow. So if Bank of Uganda is the one managing financial services, it should be really given the responsibility. If cooperative is being managed by the registrar of cooperatives, it should manage, because saving and SACCOs and credit cooperative society, that should be cooperatives. And to the general, for us today here, we should sort this problem. The licensing of SACCOs should go to cooperatives. The licensing of money lenders should go to Bank of Uganda. We don't have to give it a threshold, because
then
everybody...
Why don't you first make an amendment?